All right. Welcome back, folks, to the FF Face-Off, part of the Face-Off Sports Network. Today, we are doing a fantasy football best ball draft. To be specific, on Underdog Fantasy, we are doing a marathon draft, $15. So if you are watching live and if you want to join us, we'll pick a time to count down and join, and then you can join us and see if you get in. So there you go. I will just tell everybody, if you're on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe, hit the like button. It's helping us out immensely. We can't tell you how much, how excited we are behind the scenes at how you guys have been reacting to our shows. We appreciate it. So definitely do that. Feel free to leave comments. It all helps us out. So there you go. And also, last but not least, visit fffaceoff.com for all your fantasy football, NFL sports betting needs. It's getting to be that time of year. We're going to have a ton of content out there. So we've got you covered wall to wall. My name is Michael Hoff. You can follow me on X at the FF Realist. My partner in crime, the ever handsome, the ever wonderful. He just stubbed his toe, but he's here for us. His name is Anthony Servino, and he can be followed at the Real NFL Guru. Anthony, sweetheart, how's by you, and how's your toe?
Doing good. Getting ready to let's do this draft, man. I feel like I've been on here almost daily, which is awesome. It's a time of year, though, right?
That's
Like
what
there's
I'm
a time of year where I turn it on and I'm on this stream as much as possible.
This is a impromptu show. Last minute, I was on the train going home from work, and I said, screw it. I said, let me ask Anthony. I said, you want to do a draft? And, took a little bit of chit-chatting, but I got him here. So we're here. So, yeah, we can join it. It's 6:09 now. You want to join it like 6:11?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Right. 2 minutes. Yeah.
Right. All right. I'm going to text Steve now in our group text. Say, joining the marathon draft at 6:11. There you go. All right. So, yeah. So
marathon what are the rules here?
The marathon draft is it's a cumulative scoring weeks 1 through 17. So it's adding up everything. So that's okay. That's the marathon.
Interesting.
That's what it says. So it's not a super flex. It's nothing of that nature. We're picking the 30-second clock. Draft rounds 18, draft size 12 as always. So yeah, so there you go.
It's almost that time to hit the button. I'm waiting for a 6:11 to happen.
It is almost that time. It's great seeing you too, Jorge. Got to see Jorge at the expo.
Oh, cool.
He was another one that asked about you, Anthony. So I
gotta make it out there. I'll make it out there. I will.
I told him you had some stuff going on. You were a little busy, but we'll try and get him next year. But Jorge, was great seeing you, and absolutely, man, we'll do it again soon. I should head out to the SFB draft in DC one of these days because that's where Jorge's at. So
really? I thought I didn't know he lived so close.
Yeah, no, that's where he is, man.
For some reason, I thought he lived in Texas.
Nope, and it's 6:11. So I hit join. I need one more to start. Jeez,
I need one more to start too.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
We're starting. I hope we're in the same damn draft.
We are. Jorge said next year, Anthony. So there you go. So, and Albert saying hello. Hello, Albert. Appreciate you always being in here. And did we hear any more on Andrews? No, if you're referring to the car accident, from my understanding,
he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. There was no, thank God there was no big time injury sustained. So he's good to go. Anthony, you're picking 2.
I am good. I got to put the draft board up in about a second here.
And Steve did join us. That degenerate. He did join us. He's picking 3rd, so he's picking right behind you. So we'll see how much sniping is going on between the two of you, lovebirds. So should be good time.
The draft board up.
If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to fire them into the chat. We'll try and answer them as we navigate our way through this.
Are we up?
This draft?
What is this? What do we look like right now?
It's you and me on the left there.
Here we go.
And then we get the draft board. We're good to go.
Do we want to see us? Do we want to go full draft board?
We could see us this way in case you make a face at me, I make a face at you,
Yeah, I don't like that very much.
I don't like that at all.
I got to customize this shit better. Okay.
Here we go. All right. And we're doing that. Now
there we go. I like that.
Okay. Whatever makes you happy.
All right.
I liked it the first way you had it, but whatever.
What's
that? Can't be choosers. Yeah, perfect.
All right. I like the board a little bit bigger, but that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, I'm on the clock.
You're on the clock. 3, 2, One.
I got my guy. I'm fine.
I know you got your pick in because Anthony took Brees Hall with the second pick. I will just put out there Christian McCaffrey, who does go third to Steve. He was practicing on the side limited today. They're thinking that he's going to be ramping up to be able to practice with the team soon. So hopefully that continues to go well.
You know,
I'm going to go ahead. I'm up with the fifth pick. I'm going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I want to put it out there that like I'm not crazy for drafting Brees Hall number 2 overall. I'm involved in I listen to the high stakes guys. There are some who think with all of the controversy going on, and plus the CMC injury, they are starting to take Brees Hall or Bijan 1 and 2 in the draft that they want a running back early. Like these two players, probably the least riskiest players on the board right now.
Sure, you can make that case. Yeah, if you're somebody who's really worried about that calf, because as you alluded to, Anthony, the calf was bothering CMC last year. Now it's bothering him again. So yeah, and we've already made the case on this show. We've talked about even if McCaffrey's healthy, there is a shot that Brees Hall or Bijan Robinson could still be the running back one. There's still a world where that exists.
How far off was he last year from the RB1 spot? Far, right? CMC was smashed last year.
CMC was up by almost 100 points than the next best guy, who was Brees Hall. That was PPR formats.
Yeah.
Jack Rooney said CMC at 3 has to be a 1% chance. Well, it did just happen now. So, and I did see another draft today. I was listening to a podcast where Tyreek went 1, and I think McCaffrey went 2 or 3. So
yeah.
So, I mean, there is a world where that's happening.
Yeah. Lamb 4. I mean, Chase going to 6. AJ Brown, Bijan at 8. Jefferson at 9. Like, I hate to be the guy. Like, I get there are people out there when it comes to Justin Jefferson. He's Justin Jefferson. He is. Mm-hmm. But that team, like, if you're paying attention, injuries are like there might be something in the water this year in Minnesota.
Huh. Yeah, well.
The player I want out of that team, and I did a video today with Jim, or a podcast today with Jim over at RotoWire, where I do, if I'm not at Face Off, I'm doing content at RotoWire. Mm-hmm. And we talked about Aaron Jones, and we talked about, like, Aaron Jones might be the guy to have in that offense this year. Jim, he asked, like, is there a world where he has like an Alvin Kamara type season when it comes to catching the football? Darnold checking it down, pressure in his face, Jordan Addison injured, possibly suspended, Hawkinson's out. I don't know. Yeah. Aaron Jones on that 1-year deal. Oh, like they don't have, long-term ties to him. So I think there is a case to be made here.
And you are on the clock. With that being said, I did take Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then I just took Nico Collins. So I was going to go Debo, but Debo went 1 pick before me. That's okay. I've got enough of Debo. And, to that point, again, we were talking about the Expo. When I was at the Expo over the weekend, I did talk to Scott Fish, who had been visiting the Vikings training camp, and he talked about how good Aaron Jones looked in his opinion. So, but I think there's definitely something there with him for sure. So they're still going to want to run the ball there, and they kind of have to, I think, So there you go. Anthony's up again. Anthony so far took Brees Hall. He took Cooper Kupp, and he will now take his third player, and he'll let us know who that is in less than 8 seconds. Otherwise, he gets auto-drafted. Then he curses a lot.
I'm going to go ETN.
Okay.
I don't, this is, as many drafts as I do, I'm trying something a little bit different here. Okay. I don't have any Brees or ETN builds. I have very little Cooper Kupp. So I'm going to buy in a draft like this. Why not? I faded Cooper Kupp all off season long, and maybe it's good to have a few shares. Even a guy like Malik Neighbors, somebody I don't have a lot of. There's always like I'll start grabbing him now. You want to have a few share. If you're playing volume teams, you do want a little bit of variance. Like I do like to stick to my guys, but it's good. Like, what if your guys flop? What if your guys get hurt? It's good to have some builds with a mix of variance as well.
Okay, and Jack is saying Devon Achane in the first round is criminal. Why is that criminal? I don't know if that's criminal.
Achane is the ultimate ceiling play in best ball, especially. Like Achane could have a year where he's, literally, like I like to use the term break fantasy football for Anthony Richardson. Achane has that in him. It's just similar as Richardson. Can Achane stay healthy? Because Achane does not need volume. He could pop. We've seen him pop, then the injuries caught up to him. But like,
right.
I don't know. Like he's another guy where I'm just now starting to buy into Achane more and take him more just for that ceiling in these tournaments.
So Jack is asking, what's the format? This is a best ball tournament. So really, what it's going to do is when Achane has his best week, it's going to be a part of the score. So it's going to help Anthony out, or I'm not Anthony. It's going to help out the guy who has him 12th, the guy who picked 12th. So when you're looking for the big boom weeks, I don't mind it. Now he got Kyron Williams with the second pick, so he got running back. Then he went Devonta Smith, DJ Moore. I don't hate that start.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's not criminal. Again, this is a best ball draft on Underdog Fantasy Best Ball Tournament, and DJ saying that Achane is a best ball guy, and that's where he was drafted in the first round with the 12th pick. Steve also saying, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Steve? Glad you were able to join us, even though Pete told you to touch grass. But we're happy that you're here."
And it's like, if you just stick to ADP and you're playing a lot of teams, you're going to wind up with similar players to where, okay, this guy took Achane 12. He's going to, different players are going to fall to him so his build can be different. I took Breece, third. I'm going to have different players fall. That's why I have an ETN, Breece, and Cup build, something I know I don't have.
Right.
And I'm sure this guy's going to have a build that's very rare to him if he plays volume, and I'm sure he does. And he's like Achane. So like different guys where Achane might go mid-second round. Okay, he took back in the first round. There's going to be like, instead of the same 5 guys, maybe he sees the same 2 guys and 3 new ones fall to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve is picking now. I will just tell everybody, I started with 3 wide receivers and a tight end, so I've yet to take a running back. I'll probably do that next. I started with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nico Collins. Then I took Malik Neighbors. And then after that, I took who I believe will be the most productive receiver for the Buffalo Bills. I took Dalton Kincaid.
Fucking Steve, you bastard.
And Steve must have taken Mark Andrews for anything to be cussing.
So Pitts is gone already. Jesus God, the ADP in this
Pitts
format.
Is gone?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Pitts went before Dalton Kincaid. That's surprising. Someone's going for the boom there. Bijan Robinson, Marvin Harrison, Trey McBride, and Kyle Pitts. So he's stacking on 2 different teams. That's interesting. Pete says, Zach Ertz not playing in the preseason game. Yeah, he's supposed to be cut by the middle of the season, I heard, according to some guy who doesn't know what he's talking about.
What smuck said that?
Yeah, we'll talk about it off air.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it off air.
All right.
I will just say, I will say, as long as he's being mentioned on the show, I do like Zach Ertz in DraftKings in week 1. So I think he's like 3,900 or something like that. So nice and cheap. Maybe stack him with a Jaden Daniels. I was cooking today with the DFS, and I will let the listeners know that I will have my DFS return on investment article throughout the season. The charts and all that fun stuff will be on the site. So you can definitely check that out. We got the first team here starting with 5 wide receivers. Interesting approach. Anthony, you pick. So Anthony, tell everybody the rundown of your team so far.
All right. So my team so far, Breece, ETN, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Amari Cooper.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Definitely a variance team for me with Kupp and Dell. I
Yes.
have a lot of Breeze. I have a fair amount of ETN. I have some Cooper, but like Dell and Cooper Cup have been off-season fades for me. And again, we're getting to that type of year where, like, I say I've been literally doing a draft a day. And whether it's, I'm in a slow FFPC right now. I just took Bijan, 6th overall. I'm doing a draft, whatever I can do. So now this is when my fucking nut job builds come out.
All right. Pete's being a smart ass saying Hop yet again with the best team. JK, I like Steve's team.
Pete will never compliment me.
No,
he will never compliment me. Good. I know.
Yeah, no, he said it all weekend. Steve's team, Christian McCaffrey, Isaiah Pacheco, Mike Evans, T. Higgins, Mark Andrews, whom he stole from you, Anthony. But no, I like that team too. I like my team. No, I'm going for boom here because I got my 3 wide receivers. I took Dalton Kincaid, and then I took Anthony Richardson. So I'm swinging this one. Swinging for the fences. That's it. You have to earn it, Anthony. Draft better, says Pete. Wow. Yeesh. Right. Man.
I lost my train of thought.
Oh. So yeah, he skipped you up? Poor thing.
No, I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
I saw something on George. Okay, so the George Pickens, I was thinking about Pickens or Cooper. The guy took Pickens before me. But the report, so I'm pretty sure they're done with the whole, like Ayuk is not going to Pittsburgh at this point, but they're talking like they're ready to pay George Pickens as a number 1 receiver. And they view him as their number 1. That just makes me feel he's one of my most rostered players. That makes me feel really good. I think George Pickens, I think he goes off this year.
All right.
Yeah,
I could see it. I could see it for sure. Just to give you an update, Anthony, I'm sure you're concerned. Pete says he is push mowing his 1 acre lawn because his ride along died. And he is.
I don't even own a ride along, and I need
sweating off his Schwantz, in case you're interested. So
I need to. I'm too cheap to buy a ride along mower, a ride on mower, and I need one.
I just took my first running back now, Anthony.
Nice.
It just happened. Aaron Jones is off the board. My first running back.
How I feel about Aaron Jones.
I know. I feel very similar to you. So George Kittle goes off the board. Now Steve is on the clock. Steve is currently sitting with 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end. Maybe he goes, I'm going to guess wide receiver here. I don't think he's going to go quarterback yet. Maybe he will. Let's see. I'm going to guess wide receiver. And then, Anthony, you're up with 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers. He does go wide receiver.
Dry up a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
We are around 6. Jeez.
Pete says he's cracking a beer, listening to music, and chilling. Or, no, that's what he does when he's on the ride along, I think you're saying. Yes, there you go. Yeah, good. Good for you. Well, whatever. Buy a ride along then, man. Win one of these high stakes leagues, and then you can buy a badass ride along. So there you go. Anthony, you just picked, and you took Chris Godwin.
Yep.
So there you go. That now gives you 4 wide receivers on the day.
No quarterback, no tight end yet.
There's still some tight ends out there, though. You can get an Evan Ingram or a Jake Ferguson on the way back.
I think I know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Black Knight with 6 wide receivers, nothing else.
That's an interesting. It's a bold move, Cotton. Bold strategy, whatever he says. Jack Rooney says Pickens is a 65% dud rate. I don't think so.
7 receivers now for Black Knight.
7 receivers. Is this guy? Is he getting auto picked or is he just? I
don't know what he's doing.
Okay, that's cool. Anthony, you are now on the clock. So
double E it is. Evan Ingram off the board.
All right. Am I up yet? I'm looking at something else. No, Steve's on the clock. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's got 65% bust potential, that being George Pickens, as per Jack in our chat. I mean, 63 receptions last year, 1,140 yards, 5 touchdowns, and that was with what we expect will be worse quarterback play than what we're going to see this year. So, I mean, if you want to talk about Arthur Smith, maybe okay, but I don't know. I think he's going to be a good pick, and I've drafted him, and I will continue to do so. As I continue to swing for the fences, I take my second running back. I take Raheem Mostert. So, I mean, if Devon Achane goes down at all, the fact that you can go ahead and get you can get Raheem Mostert in what, the 7th round this is now.
Yeah, he was cheap last year too.
He was cheap last year.
But I get what he's saying about the bust potential on George Pickens because he's a very volatile player. But if we just get a little bit of a quarterback upgrade, and we think we will, like, let's take into consideration.
He's saying he's also saying it's boom. He's saying he is boom and bust. So he says it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So that's he did elaborate.
But like, Pickens last year, as with those bad, they were bad in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He had 5 100-yard receiving games, 1 receiving game of 150 yards, 22 catches over 20 yards, and 6 catches over 40 yards. And he led the NFL in yards after the catch. Like, he's a really good football player. We just need to now get more quality targets in his direction. I think he gets that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. We'll see where it goes as the world turns. I am up in 6 picks. I am currently sitting with a quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers. Let's see what all this looks like out here. Let's see what's going on. Actually, I think I know what I'm doing next, actually, unless I get sniped. I am up in 5 picks. I might be sipping some of the Kool-Aid in a minute. So I'll let that marinate. Oh, Jake Ferguson off the board. Was that where you were going next? Or
Nope.
Oh. What was it? Oh, no, there goes the guy I was going to take.
Who, Thomas?
Yeah.
I was thinking about fucking Brian Thomas too.
I was going to drink the Kool-Aid. He had a great day at practice, I believe, against the Buccaneers, if I'm not mistaken. So I was going to drink that Kool-Aid, but I will drink that no more. I was told no soup for you. So, okay, very well. I will then pivot. And where are we going here? We're going to take one more running back, and I'm going to take a stab at a guy I don't have a ton of shares of, Tony Pollard, my 3rd running back.
Nice.
Now I'll stay away from running back for a bit. But yeah, as my 3rd running back, I'll take a shot at Tony Pollard. So let's see where that gets me. Oh, Anthony, I'm sorry, Anthony. Brock Bowers just went off the board. I know you were going to take him next.
Great.
Right. You want to talk about it? You can be okay. You could take the guy who you said would do better than Brock Bowers this year. You could take Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert. We have a pizza bet on that.
I don't know what I'm doing yet. Hold on.
And well, as Anthony figures out what he's going to do within the next 8 seconds, I will let you guys know we are actually behind the scenes. We're working on something fun for the people who engage in the chat with us. We have our pizza bets that we like to do. We haven't figured out what the stipulations will be yet, but we're going to start rolling out. If you, the listener, wants to bet one of us, we're going to open that up. So if you ever, if one of us has a take that you don't agree with and you want to do it to the point where you want to do a bet, we will do a bet with you. We will document it, and you will pay up or we will pay up. Whoever pays up will record what they're doing, and if you want, we could share it on social media or wherever. If not, no worries. But yeah, so that's our plan. We're fine tuning it, but we're gonna roll it out, Anthony. Right?
Yep.
There you go. Good time.
And obviously, if we have to settle ours on the show or on a video, and then we play it on the show, you have to settle yours on the video.
Right.
So, you would submit it, a phone video, a video on your phone. You send it to us. We will play it live on the show. We will also tag you on social media. And the same thing. If we lose, we will play the video on the show, put it on social, tag you, all that fun stuff. We're trying to be more interactive this year and get you into our degenerate ways and in a fun way, I guess. Right.
Well, it also seems like there are people who are interested in our bets. They might disagree. They might want a piece of the action. So we're giving you that opportunity.
Yeah.
We appreciate your involvement, so we're getting you more involved too. So there you go. So I was just up on the clock. I just took Joshua Palmer, fourth wide receiver. I don't hate it. One of those wide receivers is going to do something functional in that Chargers offense. We'll see who it's going to be, but in best ball, you don't have to worry about it as much because I'm not, am I hitting the start or sit button on him? I'm just waiting for him to pop. So I will take that. Anthony, who did you get in the 2 picks while we were discussing our news?
Chase Brown and Khalil Shakir.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I love Shakir this year.
So do I.
Yeah.
I was actually debating him in DFS in week 1. So, how many wide receivers are flexes? I believe this takes your, let me see here, takes your best 3 receivers and then a flex. Yeah. 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 quarterback, 10 bench. So 3 wide receivers and 1 flex, to answer your question, Jack. So I feel good about my wide receivers. I feel good about my running. I feel good about my team in general.
Yeah, remember, guys, if you're here, if you're not subscribed, help us out. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. All of it helps us out so much to reach more viewers and come bring you content. And obviously, we'll interact. We answer questions on all of our live shows. And even if you comment with questions on any of our archive videos, we always answer. We had a few today, asking about trades and, how their roster looks and whatnot. So we're very much interactive here.
Yeah, we already have 5 likes, so we appreciate that. So keep them coming along. I am up in 3 picks. Pro Football Focus ranked Shakir and Josh Allen as the best connection in the league based on catchable target rate. Came out today. Good for you, Pete. I hope you printed it out and hung it up on your fridge. But guess what? He's still not elite, so suck it. So there you go. But put that in your pipe and smoke it, my friend. All right, so I am up now. Where am I going to go here? Let's go. You know what?
Today.
I'm going to go with a little boom. Got it. I'm going to go with a little Jerry Jeudy.
Ooh, I like that pick. He's another guy I'm warming up to a little bit.
So there you go. Jerry Jeudy in Cleveland. Again, I already have he's my 5th receiver at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, my 5th receiver at this point. I'll take my shot on that. So,
2 years ago, he was the wide receiver 19 in points per game.
Yeah.
So he has a pedigree of obviously from Alabama. So a talented guy. Change of scenery might need him, and I take Trevor Lawrence to compete my 3-way stack with ETN and Evan Ingram.
After I pick in a little bit, I will read off Steve's team just in case folks are curious how he's doing. So there you go. Anthony, did you take a tight end yet?
Yes, you Evan did. Ingram. I literally just said that.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I was looking at something else. I was looking at what I was going to do next. I apologize. Good for you. Good pick. Not bad for waiting till we're in the 11th round right now?
No, I took Lawrence in the 11th. I took Evan Ingram a long time ago.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that. All right. Well, it's still not bad. That looks like 7, I think, if I'm not mistaken, then on the monitor there. Well, good for you either way. I'm happy for you, buddy. All right. You are up in 1 more pick as well. Anthony's got 1 quarterback, 3 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 1 tight end. I got that out okay. Greg joining us. Hello, Greg. How are you, sir? Hope you're well today. Hope you're having a good time. Sorry you can't do these drafts with us. I assume you already wrote a letter to the proper channel to try and get them to get some underdog over there. And Anthony, I think now is the point where I like to do this. When I draft Anthony Richardson, I like to get myself a bit of an insurance policy just in cases. If he's healthy all year, we know he's gonna tear apart fantasy football. But if he gets hurt, it's going to be a problem if you don't back him up properly. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to draft Jared Goff right now. I've already got Amon-Ra St. Brown, so I have no issue with pairing up those 2 gentlemen. So there you go. So now for me, I feel like quarterback is pretty much set, in my opinion. Do I want to take one late?
As long
Sure.
as the bye weeks are okay, right?
But the one time I really pay close attention to bye weeks in best ball formats like this is when I'm doing quarterback. And Anthony Richardson does have a bye week in week 14. Jared Goff is in week 5, so I'm good to go there. So no worries there.
I realized my 3 top running backs all have a week 12. Like my week, I always when I draft, I don't give a fuck about bye weeks, and I always have 1 week where I fuck myself, and this time it's week 12. So now I kind of have to pay attention a little bit.
Yeah, no, again, quarterback, I really pay close attention before I pull the trigger on a pick. But like I just noticed running back, I've got 2 guys on with a week 6 bye, and there's a guy with another week bye, but that's okay. I'm not as worried about that. I could take care of that. Quarterback, because then you're putting up like an absolute 0. Which is a problem. So as we wait for however far away we are from me, I'm up in 7 picks. So we'll for the viewers, we'll read off Steve's team at Fantasy Savvy. He's got Joe Burrow, Christian McCaffrey, Isaiah Pacheco, Brian Robinson. His wide receivers, Mike Evans, T. Higgins, Xavier Worthy, Cortland Sutton, Romeo Dobbs, and Rashid Shaheed. And last but not least, Mark Andrews. I like that team.
Yeah, it's a strong team. Sorry,
yeah, very strong team. Oh, Anthony, if you could scroll down, because Jack is saying he can't see the picks that we're making. So if you could do that, thank you, Jack, for that. We will scroll on down for you. There you go. That should be more helpful for your viewing pleasure. Darnell Mooney goes off the board. I love me some Darnell Mooney. All right. So Jack is saying that all of his running backs have a week 14 bye. That'll happen. That will happen. Let me see where I'm going next here. Feel good about quarterback. I'm not going to go over there for a while. Let me see this. Oh, I am on the clock now. All right. Where am I going? Dead air.
I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Attaboy. That's good. Good for you. Let's go with, I'm going to go with Jahan Dotson. Let's go with Jahan Dotson right now. Let's do that pick. Add another wide receiver. Greg is saying, people arguing in my league chat that McCarthy for Russ and a 4th rounder. I think he's saying McCarthy, JJ McCarthy, for Russ and a 4th rounder and a 10-man should be vetoed. Is it dynasty or is it just
McCarthy and Russ for what?
No, it's JJ McCarthy for Russell Wilson and a 4th rounder. So I'm assuming it's dynasty because he's getting a 4th rounder back in the deal. I don't think it should be vetoed. Why should it be? If it's a dynasty league, it shouldn't be vetoed. If it's a redraft league, then go ahead. He said, in the league, I actually have JJ McCarthy and put him on the block and no offers, LOL. Oh, he did say it's dynasty. Yeah, if it's dynasty, I don't think it should be vetoed. You're getting there's a pick involved. Yeah.
I think it's fine. I'm not a big veto guy anyway. Honestly.
Me neither. Like, what are we doing? I always hate those people. I want to vote on a trade. Like, shut up. No vote on the trade. Jeez. No, not to invite back next year when they say they want to vote on a trade. All right, Anthony, you're on the clock now. 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and you go Jaleel McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Like it? You okay with it?
I wanted to go Ray Davis, but that would give me everybody again. Like I need guys not on a week 12 bye for the running back position. So I had to force my hand another direction, but I have enough Ray Davis where it's not going to let me lose sleep at night. Ray Davis is another one of my all-in guys, and all these negative James Cook reports in training camp makes me very happy about my Ray Davis exposure.
Yeah, as much as I try not to get too overreactive about training camp, there has been a lot of bad news.
He's had ball security issues through his career.
Well, looks like it's been following him in training camp. I'm going to take my 2nd tight end, and I'm going to take Hunter Henry. I like Hunter Henry. I know I probably won't need him a ton when I have Dalton Kincaid there. But I think that Hunter Henry will do some damage. I think whoever's quarterback is going to look for him. So there you go. Let me see this. Vic is saying, "What up, fellas? I could be
What up,
doing my
man?
own best ball, but sitting back watching you guys. I appreciate that. Well, you could
You
always
could be doing it with us when we're
you could
live.
be doing it. Yeah, you could be drafting with us sometime. Yeah, absolutely. That's why, again, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit the bell icon. You'll be notified every single time we go live. So next time we do this, you can hop on board, good sir. That's it. Draft with us. We'll snipe you. You'll snipe us. We'll curse you. You'll curse us. It'll be a great time. We'll have good fun. That's it. My favorite thing to do is sniping Anthony in drafts. So that's it. Anthony already got sniped once, dropped an F-bomb on this fine program. Anthony, what are you reading? You look like you're very confused up there.
No, I'm looking at the board for my FFPC draft.
Jack is saying, what's the buy-in? This particular best ball draft is a $15 buy-in, this one that we're doing. Anthony, I believe we're doing another one of these on Monday. Well,
Yeah.
you are. Yeah. You
Yeah,
and
me and
Pete
Pete. With Justin Herzig from Establish the Run, we're going to be doing a $25 Best Ball Mania 5 draft.
Which I won't be on the show for it, but I will be joining the draft when the fellas join. So I will be in on the mayhem. So there you go. So stay tuned for that. And Vic did say he's got to turn the bell on. He's got to turn the bell on. Cautionary tale to the rest of you viewers.
Hit the like button too, Vic.
Yeah,
right
hit
now.
the like button too.
Now.
Yeah. Right meow. There you go. I am up in 3 picks. I'm feeling really good about my team, although I do think it's time to look for another running back, and it is drying up. Oh, boy. I'm going to go with Khalil Herbert. I don't mind Khalil Herbert. I think he'll be productive here and there. I could have gone Ray Davis. Now that I haven't, I'm sure Anthony probably will. But no, I'm happy with Khalil Herbert. That gives me Aaron Jones, Raheem Mostert, Tony Pollard, Khalil Herbert. So while it's not the strongest part of my team, I do feel like it is solid. So I'm not losing sleep over these running backs at all. I actually feel very good about this team overall. So, and we're already in week 4. What's that?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel very good about my team so far. And considering that we're in round 14, that's a good thing. So there you go.
Sorry, I just want Jalen Tolbert.
Aha, your boy.
He's getting a lot of camp hype right now. Brandon Cooks dealing with a minor knee issue. Like Jalen Tolbert.
They said he walked from the tent to the locker room, Brandon Cooks, which is never a good thing.
Well, they're saying it's a knee, a minor. He's older. It's probably keeping him out.
Just saying it's not what you want to hear, but it's what you want to hear when you have Jalen Tolbert, even though you don't.
Great. What I want to hear is my guys get paid. That's what I want to hear.
You want to hear CD Lamb is getting paid because Jerry's all in, but yet he has no urgency. It's like an oxymoron, isn't it? To say that you're all in, but to say that you have no urgency.
Yeah, Jerry's.
That's like me. That's like me bullshitting my teacher back in high school. Yeah, I'm all in. No urgency to do my homework though, but I'm all in.
Jerry's losing it like Vince McMahon started losing it at the end.
Good times. Little cognitive test, Yeah, maybe. You know what? The NFL would make money on that too. Put it on NBC on Sunday night. That's it. Oh, God. It probably would do. I mean, Twitter would be blowing up. You know what? I like to do this every now and again. And since it's late in the draft, I feel comfortable doing it. I sometimes like taking 2 wide receivers from the same team because then if one of them pops, I'll get it. So in this case, it's Joshua Palmer and it's Quentin Johnston. I don't mind doing it when I'm doing it late here in the 15th round.
So you just bury your team.
I didn't bury my team. It's not buried. Stop it. Don't be so dramatic.
I heard Quentin Johnston might not make the roster.
Here we go with this now.
Would it surprise you?
Don't give false advertisement to the listeners. He's not getting
DJ Chark is expected to play over him in 3 wide sets.
He's not getting cut from the team. Here we go with this shit now.
He's a bust.
Okay. I just got him in the 15th round, man. Take a break. Relax. Go do some of your salts or whatever the hell you're doing, Get a little hot and a little too hot and bothered about my 15th round pick. This is almost as bad as when I took CMC during the first round of a Superflex draft, and you almost passed out. Poor thing. So, all right, here we go. I will just tell everybody while you're here, be sure to hit the like button. It helps us out immensely. So you could hit that button.
Somebody just took fucking Sam Darnold.
Pete's asking us, you guys running again? I'll hop in. Just let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be running to my grill.
Yeah, after this, I'm hitting the showers. And then I'm going out for Jack on the Rocks.
Ugh.
Anthony, you want to come out and meet me? Little Jack on the Rocks.
This would not be a good comp. One day it's gonna happen, but it's not gonna end well.
First round on me, next two on you, right? Don't say no right away. Think it over. Yeah.
I think we should and have to go out, but I just don't think it's gonna end well tonight.
Oh, guess what? I'll meet you in Penn. You take Jersey Transit. I'll take the railroad. We'll meet in Penn.
What's Penn? What, in the city?
Penn Station. Jesus, man.
You say Penn, Pennsylvania.
No. All right. I'm sorry. That's the New Yorker.
There's also a Penn Station in Newark.
That's not really a Penn Station. Yeah. That's
It's his name, Penn Station.
I know, but that's like having like Mountain Dew and then having like a Mountain Frost. Like it's not the same thing. It's not. One is very much less than the other. Okay. Anyway, I am on the clock now.
I don't even heard of Mountain Frost, by the way.
It's a store brand. It's around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, you got to really want it to find it. You know, I mean, you got to want that smoke. You know what? If we're worried about the calf injury for CMC, I'm going to take my last running back. I'm going to take Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason's one who's been impressing in camp. He had some good plays in the preseason against the Titans. And also, I have yet to draft a 49er. So I just checked that box off. So there you go. That's the running joke on our show is that I always have to make sure I take 49ers. So that's done. Now Anthony's on the clock. Jack says, in my opinion, Dak is going at a discount considering what he did last year and the fact that someone has to feed CD their targets, leading the league in passing touchdowns 2023 and is going in the ninth. I agree. And that's one of the benefits, Jack, to waiting on the quarterback position. I did not do that in this draft. I obviously, as we know, I ended up taking Anthony Richardson. I took him early, but yeah, that's the epitome of why you wait on the position.
By the way, our Black Knight, who went 7 deep wide receiver, just is now taking his first quarterback.
Ugh, it's Derek Carr.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for your
donation.
Such an
interesting build. Is it that bad? It's kind of bad, I guess.
Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Derek Carr is steering your ship. Who he just took another quick. Can you scroll down a little bit further?
He took Russell Wilson. Yeah, let me make my pick.
All right, do that, then scroll down. Vic is saying, what are your thoughts about Puka versus Kupp? Are you staying away from them? I'm not staying away from them. I am a little worried about Puka's knee. I would keep a close eye on that leading up to your drafts. But no, I think this team is going to be a very good offense, and I think both wide receivers are going to do very well. You're drafting Kupp a little bit later than you're drafting Puka. But again, given the knee situation, I would just keep up to date on all of that prior to your draft on what's going on with him. Anthony, so his quarterbacks, not Anthony's, are the first overall pick here, who started with, 7 wide receivers?
Yeah.
Finally took a quarterback in the 16th round. I'm on the clock, so I'll shut up. Anthony, tell them who he took.
He took Carr and Russ Wilson.
Not great, Bob.
So here, what do I do with my last pick? I have Lawrence and Stafford. I am worried about injuries on both. Do I take a third quarterback or do I take a 6th running back?
Yes, look for Vinny Testaverde. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. This isn't Sleeper. He won't be there. No. Should you take a quarterback or what? I apologize.
A third quarterback. Because I feel like both of my quarterbacks are a little bit volatile with injuries, or do I take a 6th running back?
Honestly, I would go with the third quarterback. I mean,
Mm.
Lawrence gets hurt, but takes a lot for him to actually miss the game. Like
Like
he
I
finally
don't
missed the game
fucking
last year,
Stafford. I feel like
but
they roll him out in a body bag and he
and
somehow
he's
finishes the
already
game.
and he was already dinged up a couple days ago.
Yeah,
So
against my Cowboys.
I would probably go with the third quarterback if it were me. But we'll see what
My
you do.
running back room is Brees, ETN, Chase Brown all week 12, then Jerome Ford and McLaughlin. Yeah, that's an interesting conundrum I'm in.
I was going to debate going with a third quarterback, but I am not going to. So the floor is yours, sweetheart. I'm
Who
not
do you
going to
have? You have Richardson and
Richardson and Jared Goff.
all right, so you're fine with Goff.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with that.
He don't get hurt. Okay.
Yeah, right. I'm going to roll the dice. Sunday Gravy would take Tom Brady. That's what Vic says in our YouTube
Vic's
chat.
brother, I believe.
All right. Well, maybe we should get him in one of these drafts again then. So there you go.
What do you say? What do you take?
Tom Brady.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
He's out. He's in this fucking player pool. Better believe that.
Yeah, of course he is. All right.
100% he is. I've seen it.
I'm sure he is. Yeah. No, I'm sure he is. All right. I'm up in 5 picks. I am currently sitting with 2 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 7 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. I don't need a tight end. I'm going to look at the running backs and the wide receivers.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is still in the player pool as I scroll down. Tony Romo is still in a fucking
Tony Romo is still there?
Tony Romo.
Jeez, underdog. PSA, man.
Josh Rosen.
Wow. Well,
Kyle Lauletta.
I mean, Josh. I hope not.
Alex Smith.
Not. We should definitely fact check that before we start throwing around his name on this show all loosey goosey.
And here's Tom. There's Drew Brees.
Jeez.
Jay Cutler.
All right.
This is great.
Is it?
I just don't understand why the underdog makes millions of dollars. They can't pay somebody to go through and delete players that have been retired for like 4 years. Right?
Yes. I'm ending my draft with Roschon Johnson.
It bothers me.
I could see that bothered you. Yeah. You started off saying how wonderful it was, and now you're bothered.
Well, it was wonderful when it was just Tom.
When
you see Tony Romo's been in the booths for like 6 years, for Christ's sake.
You could tell Anthony's getting hungry because he's getting a little irritable now. Jack says he likes the Jamar, Debo, Ayuk team a lot. I think they did the 0 RB a little better than the 101 did. Okay. That's fair. I mean, I dig that too. It's that's not a bad build, in my opinion. So our draft is just about over. We will read off my team, Anthony's team, and Steve's team. And then we will ride off into the sunset. And Anthony will go to his grill and I'll go to my shower. But I will tell you guys, we appreciate you guys watching for sure, as always. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the alert icon, Vic, so you can be notified every single time we go live. Because we will be back tomorrow. Do we know what we're doing yet, Anthony? Do we figure
what's tomorrow? Friday?
Tomorrow is Friday.
We are doing a show.
We are doing a show. There you go. Stay tuned on what it is. Usually we put the YouTube thumbnail out once we schedule the show, so this way you guys can get a general idea of what we'll be doing. But keep an eye out for that.
It could be training camp, preseason notes, rumors, maybe something like that.
Sure. All right. I will read off my roster. Then, Anthony, you can go, and then we'll read off Steve's before we get going. So I did go with the 2 quarterbacks, as discussed, Anthony Richardson, Jared Goff. My running backs, Aaron Jones, Raheem Mostert, Tony Pollard, Khalil Herbert, Jordan Mason, and Roschon Johnson. So I'm getting a piece of that Bears backfield, seeing if anybody pops on any given week. My wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, Joshua Palmer, Jerry Jeudy, Jahan Dotson, and my last wide receiver, which Anthony said sank my draft, was Quentin Johnston. So he said that sunk my draft. So screw Anthony. And I have 3 tight ends, Dalton Kincaid, Hunter Henry, and I could not resist. I took Jonnu Smith.
All right. So I'll go next. I went Trevor Lawrence, Matthew Stafford, and I did go with a QB3 and Drake May.
Get slim pickings for that third one.
Why not Drake May? He's going to be the starter by week 4.
I mean, compared to the other guys that are out there, yes, I agree. I'm saying it's slim pickings outside of him, is what I'm saying.
Breece Hall, ETN, Chase Brown, Jerome Ford, McLaughlin, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Amari Cooper, Godwin, Shakir, Tolbert, Malaki Corley, who I love. They, is Debo light. And then Evan Ingram, Noah Fant, Colby Parkinson. So the stacks that I do have is I have a Jag stack. I have the Stafford Kupp Parkinson stack. I have a weird jet stack with Breece Hall and Corley. And I have a Ford Cooper stack.
All right. And
before we go to Steve, one note on Jerome Ford. Even if Chubb comes back, I think Ford hangs out in that Kareem Hunt role.
Okay.
So I think Ford's going to have long-term value even when Nick Chubb comes back. So that's it.
Pete's out here cursing the Mets, saying "fuck the Mets." Listen, the Mets are already fucking themselves, so just move it on. Yeah, exactly. It is football season, especially for me now. Anyway, Steve's team, a team that will do better than the Mets. Quarterbacks: Joe Burrow, Will Levis, Bo Nix. I like that. Running backs: Christian McCaffrey, Isaiah Pacheco, Brian Robinson, Jalen Wright, and Kendre Miller. Wide receivers: Mike Evans, T. Higgins, Xavier Worthy, Cortland Sutton, Romeo Doubs, Rashid Shaheed, and Adonai Mitchell. And the 2 tight ends, he cornered the market on the Baltimore tight ends. He got Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, and then Tucker Kraft from the Packers joins him there.
Me or Steve literally walk out of the draft with Likely.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's likely that you will likely leave the draft with Likely, to be creative. So there you go. I will say I like all 3 of our teams.
Yeah.
Just goes to show
different build for me.
This is a good show. So yeah.
But
all right.
So days, Liverpool's back for anybody who likes soccer.
Look, the homeless guy's back. Cool. This is why you guys, if you're listening on podcast format, this is definitely why you have to be on YouTube so you can see Anthony's homeless doll that he has next to him.
The homeless doll who makes like $30 million a game.
Well,
in real life.
Okay. It's a great head of hair. He's got that.
He's bald now. I don't like it.
Well, you got to get an updated doll then, or you could just be creative and you could shave your doll's head.
I'm going to shave his head. I'm not going to shave the fucking doll's head. Did you ever see the Curb Enthusiasm when they shaved the Judy doll?
No.
Oh my god! See, it was like season 3 or 4. It's hilarious. You got to watch it.
All right.
I'm a big Curb fan. It's like the one TV show I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just say before we go off the air, as long as we're talking about stuff to watch, just watch The Bike Riders today on Peacock. Movie just hit Peacock. So good movie. It's cool. I dug it. All right. I think that's it. So that's going to do it for our lovely show. Again, we will be back tomorrow. We will be back with the Fab Four. Don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll let you know. But regardless, it's going to be pretty damn good. So I'll just tell you guys again, if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like. The bell will notify you when we do go live. But until next time, stay thirsty, be kind to one another. Anthony's going to go grill. I'm going to go shower. We'll catch you on the flip side. Cheers.